Good morning, everyone. So today I will quickly take you through some basic process of creating a new document library with some best practices and capturing some custom metadata in that document library as well, and enabling versioning too. So let's quickly get started. So this training, although is about SharePoint Online, but I reckon this will work all right from SharePoint 2013, 16, 19, or whatever version you are on. So this is your SharePoint site on SharePoint Online. You go to site content. Yeah. This is where you see a document library which is already available for you. Yeah. So you have an option. You can use that, or you can create a new one. So creating a new one, you can do new, create a document library from here. You can go to site content, click on new, then click on document library from here, or you can click on cog, click on, yeah, this little gear icon is called cog. Yeah, well, I call it cog. So you can click on add an app, for example, and then over here as well, you have an option to see document library. Now, first you need to understand why would you need to create a new document library. If you have another container in mind, for example, you need to contain some specific kind of documents, like say, let's say like invoices, for example. So you can create a document library called invoices. Yeah, go to new. Well, this is the easiest one. Let's create a new one. New document library. We're just going to type the name invoices, for example. I have an option to check or uncheck this one. By default, it is checked, which means once this document library is created, it will start showing up on the left up over here, just like the displays where you see home, conversation, document, notebook, pages, etc. You will get to see invoices as well. We will click on create. Now this is created. Yeah, invoice is created. Now you will often come across a situation where you will be asked to create a bit of an ID for each document or a bit of a sequence in the table. First, I will try uploading some documents to this. I will show you what exactly I mean. Now I have created this, like these are all plain dummy files. So I'm just going to upload all of these files. You can see upload process is fairly straightforward. It already says drag files here. All I'm going to do is just drag a file in here and see the magic. It says this is now available. File is uploaded already. Everything is looking good. Yeah. Now, if I need to upload multiple files, I'll select multiple files. I'll drag and drop over here, and you can see all the files are uploaded. As simple as that. Now, now the files are uploaded. If I want to delete any file, how do I go about it? You see the check boxes. Click on a checkbox. I hit the button delete, and it will be gone. Yeah. Now you need to move some files. All right, we will show you how to move files as well. But before you move a file, so you know the files will be moved from one library to another library, isn't it? So you need to create another library as well. So let's quickly go ahead and create another one. And this time I'm going to call it, say, codes. I'm gonna click on create. Now let's go back to invoices. From here, I need to send a couple of files to codes. I can move it. I can choose to move it in the same library if I have any folders created, which I have not. So I will show that to you in a bit. This is my site. This is codes. I'm just going to click on codes. Yeah, move here. That's it. I'm going to go to codes. You can see the files are over here. All right. So now you have a document library created called invoice. Looks good. Yeah, so we were talking about if you need to create a sequence. So if you need to create a sequence in this file, because right now you have only a few files and they all have a very confusing name as well. If you need to talk to a colleague over the phone at work, and you need to talk about some specific file, so you have various options. You share your screen, you share the link and whatever. Or another way would be like you can tell him that in the invoices library, have a look at the document ID 7. So where is 7? How do we locate that? So SharePoint gives you a unique ID for every item that you upload over here. How do you see that? You see that you click on all documents over here. Yeah, here you can see some views of this library. This is one view which is visible to you. You click on edit current view. Over there you select ID, you put it up on front, first one, click on OK, that's it. You can see that an ID is associated with every single file you have uploaded in here. You can choose to do this, you can sort it, yeah. You can do whatever you want to do with this. Like for example, if I do smaller to larger, you can see that all the IDs are sorted. So now you know which file is the other person talking about when the person is saying ID number 7. So every item will have a unique ID associated to it that is generated by the system, and users will have barely no control on it. Yeah. Now let's move on to another option. If you want to capture some data alongside invoices, you have captured all the invoices. All the invoices are named in a way that you can't figure out which invoice was issued to which client. You can do that. You can click on this option called add column. Click on this. Yeah, you can click on, for example, you can click on, say, if your organization works with some specific set of clients, you can click on choice. You can mention the name of the clients in here. Client A, client B, client C, client D. And for example, you do not have, you don't know, like going forward, companies will say get more clients as well, and then that client name is not listed in here. You can select this option called can add values manually. That means users will be able to add some values manually as well. Yeah. Now you can make it a drop down, or you can make it a radio button. Let's make it a radio button. And everything is looking all right. Just let's click on save. You have clients option in here. Yeah. Now I'm going to, this is another way to upload a file, by the way. So I'm going to click on formats. I have a test document here. I have uploaded it. Now you see that option is bypassed. That option is, the system didn't prompt you to sort of specify which client it is. You can still do that. Just click on this one, these three documents, and click on properties. Properties is under more. You click on properties, you get to see all those values in here. Edit all, and then you can select which client type it is. You can select, say, client A, or you can specify your own value. You can type in a value in here, client E. I hit save, done. Client D is listed in here. This was one way. It happened this way because we did not make this field mandatory. Now you click on that column again. You can click on column settings, and then you can click on edit. Here I am going to make this require that this column contains information. All right, now, so I know it's a bit clunky, but as you can see, it has now shown that required info over here, because that bit is not defined. You can do that by clicking on every single thing and then selecting an option over here. You can do it like that, or what you can do is you can click on edit in grid view. Here you will have option to define. See, I have defined everything now. I am just going to exit the grid view and everything will look neat. Now this is actually a metadata. Now you have a metadata defined for you. If you want to see all the invoices for each client, you can do that as well. All you have to do is just create a new view, for example. And when you create a new view, you can do it from here and can call it group by clients. Now I will edit this view and I will click on group by clients. Here. As easy as that. See that? This client has these many files, client C has got these many files, these many invoices. So this is exactly as simple as it looks. Now we have created a document library. We have created a column to contain metadata, which is called clients in here. We have seen a way to create some basic view of group by clients. That view is saved in here. When you click on this drop down, you will always find that view in here called group by clients, which we just created. You click on it and then you will have that view available to you. Yeah, let's go to the default view. So we also have seen the way we can upload a file. We have seen how we can drag and drop a file. I will also show you how to create a new file in the library directly. You click on new and then you have all the Office family content types here, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Form. For example, if you need to create a Word document, I'm just going to click on Word, type in everything in here. Hello Wordy. All my shortcuts from keyboard would work. This is not a full-fledged version of MS Word which you have it installed on your machine, but in most cases this would just suffice the requirement because it does pretty much everything minus macros. Yeah, so unless you really want to do macros and some high-end content typing, then I reckon it's better you just use this one. It's very light, very easy, and everything that you do is always saved. Whenever you are typing in here, you see system will keep on getting the system will keep on saving the document. You can always click on this and then can name the file. Wordy Word, for example. Yeah, it will tell you which location it is saving on. SharePoint, which is my site name, and invoices is a document library I created, and it is going to save the document with that name. That's it. It's all done. Now we can close this window. Yeah, literally we can just close this window. We come up over here, you see the file name is now Wordy Word. Yeah, it doesn't have the required metadata either. Yeah, so you click on this, it says file is missing required information. The required information is the one which we have marked mandatory, and that is the client name. So you just select the client name and bingo, that's it. You have it up over here. You can create a file and you can tag it with some metadata. Yeah, this way it's much easier. If I'm going to come up over here and type in client D and hit save, hit enter, I can see all the files for client D. You see that? You see the power of metadata? This is why capturing a metadata alongside a file is very important. Yeah. Now we'll go back in here in invoices. We have learned this way, Now I will show you if you want to create a subfolder within this document library. You click on upload, you can click on folder, you can select a folder, and then the entire content in that folder along with that folder will get uploaded. Or you can create a folder. Just click on new, click on folder, type in folder 1. I hit enter, and then you see now you have options. So you can actually sync up this folder with your OneDrive, or you can share the folder. We will talk about syncing it up with OneDrive in some other video, but in here you have the option to just share this folder as well. I'm just going to hit the share thing in here, and I'm going to type some user's name in here. Let's type Donald Trump. Yeah, I have it in here. I'm going to select that, and moment I'm going to hit send button, the document is going to be shared with that person. I don't want to do that at this stage, so I'm not sharing anything. So same thing goes with any files as well. I go in here, I type in any name of a person. This is my test environment, so you will see all the names in here. So if I'm typing Mila Kunis, she's here. I'm just going to hit send, and the document will be sent to her. It is going to send an email, to Mila Kunis saying that this document has now been shared with you, and this is the link to access that document. So it is exactly, it's very much self-explanatory, because the link in the email will take the user straight to the file and not to the entire document library, because not the document library was not shared. It was just a document which was shared with that user. Yeah, so that's how it goes. And let's close this. You have now learned sharing a file from a document library. You have learned creating a folder. You have learned how to upload a file. You have learned how to create a column for metadata and the significance of adding a metadata for search. Yeah, I will now quickly show you versioning as well. All right, let's have a look at the versioning concept. Now, versioning works in SharePoint in a way that you will have the option to go back to any of the previous version updated by any user. You mainly use it when there is a particular document, everybody in the team collaborates towards it. Everyone opens up that Excel, updates some items on a regular basis. It's happening every few minutes. It's happening every few days. So you have one consistent copy where the data is always fresh. Manager gets to retrieve it, consume it, share it, whatever it wants to do it. But now let's have a look at this scenario. Yeah, let me do this. Okay. User A updates some data in an Excel, rather creates it, making it version 1. User 2 opens up the file, updates it, making it version 2. User 3 again opens up the same Excel file, updates it. Then user 4 again does the same thing, making it version 4. Manager comes, have a look at the document, and manager feels that although manager can see that all the versions are there, document has been updated 4 times, manager can review each version that feels more appropriate to the manager. Manager selects that version and restore it. In this diagram you can see manager has restored it back to version 2, making the Excel file looks like exactly how it was when the second user updated it. So let's have a quick look at it practically, and let's see how it works exactly on the environment. Alrighty, now let's have a look at how versioning works in SharePoint document library. Now this is a document. Yeah, let's first have a look at this document. It says Apple Monkey, final now. I will just close it actually. Yeah, you can see this document is still here. Now, as I said, versioning is by default enabled in SharePoint Online. Let's see where do we get it from. How do we see the enabled versions which are already available to us? By just getting into the view, as I just did. As you can see, I have just ticked this box called version. I'm just going to click on OK, and I will get to see versions here. So this document has been updated 8 times. So the initial time the document was created, it had version 1. After that, it has been updated 8 times, making it 9th version. Let's have a look at it. What's in the document? All right, document looks good. I'll say, okay, this is final. Yep, now it's there. I'll wait for it to say saved. It is saved. I'm just going to close it. Now I'm back on the screen here. I will just zoom in a little bit so you can see very clearly. Now you have the screen, and you can see that the version is now updated to version 10. I need to go back to version 9 where that bit was not written, the one which I just did. I'm going to click on these 3 dots, going to click on version history, and I will see 9th version in here, and I will just go ahead and restore it. Yes, it says yes. I'm going to just click on restore, and that's it. It will still do a version increment because it has still done more work on the document. But now when we're going to open it, we will not find the sentence which we written earlier. Yeah, because it has gone to the previous version. So let's close it. I hope that was helpful. All right, so I hope the session was helpful. We got to see how to create document libraries. We got to see how to move data between the document libraries. We also got to see the significance of capturing metadata alongside document, and the significance because it helps you in getting more accurate results when you search for the document. And we also got to know a bit about views, and how do we group by, etc. How do we also got to know about versioning as well, and yeah, these were a few things which we got to know. If we need to learn more, if you have any more questions, anything that you reckon we have not covered and we need to still talk a bit more about it, please leave a comment, and I'll be more than happy to record another video for that. This is a very basic one. This was a very basic one. I'm pretty sure you guys would know all of this anyways, because SharePoint is not a new product. It's been in the market for over a decade now, nearly 2 decades, and this is something which is probably known to everyone, but still this video is good for anyone who has recently started using this application and need to learn more about it. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Yep, that's about it. Feel free to subscribe and like as well. Thank you.